Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to Game Shenanigans. I am Dan.
And I'm Austin.
We are here to play games
In gears
in
and
gears.
giant robots.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Welcome back to Xenogears. When we last left our heroes, they fell through some quicksand into this cave. So now we're in here. We can hop around and do stuff. And we
That
have,
was
huh?
that was weird. That was just weird looking seeing the two jump together
Oh
the way
yeah.
that they did.
Yeah, the jump mechanics look a little strange sometimes. Um, yeah, we do have a new party member. Bart uses whips. So does his gear. We have a new gear, and we have the ability to mess with gears for the first time in the form of
Woohoo.
Veltol and Brigadier. I did want to mention I really enjoy Brigadier's name. Brigadier is sort of a combination name. So you've got the Brigadier, which is kind of a type of general or
Mm-hmm.
military officer, and then you've got Brigand, of course, which is a robber slash outlaw.
Right.
So yeah. I mean, when we first see Bart, he is in command of his forces, whatever his objectives are.
The
So
old pirate captain.
yeah, it's a very well named gear as well. So we've got Brigadier and Veltol here.
Yep. And as just as a forewarning for everybody, and I'll put this in all of our videos going forward. Just a blanket statement of there is a lot of scenes along the way periodically where there's going to be flashing
Mm-hmm.
colors, lights. So if you are photosensitive to those types of things, um, I will try to put up text of where the timestamp starts and ends
Mm-hmm.
as they come up. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. We'll let you know where to jump to, and we'll try to give a quick recap after those sections are over.
Absolutely.
It is awful quiet in here. Oh, it's my turn to read. Sorry, I'm off in La La
Yes, we
Land.
we just started up some dialogue here, kind of out of nowhere. So yeah.
Yep. Hey, Faye, my senses are responding to something. There appears to be quite a large cavern on the other side of here. If we can get rid of this rock, but I don't think it's possible. It's impossible.
That's impossible. All right.
We can't do that. It's impossible.
So I do kind of like the running animation for gears. They kind of use their boosters or whatever, hover
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked that kind of move set in different games where you just kind of like glide places.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It feels powerful.
All right. Let's go ahead and get a gear battle going here.
Nice.
Hmm?
That looks like similar to one of those gears that were being repaired in the last episode.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Different hands, but
Yeah, so this is kind of a funny thing. We can punch these dudes, so we're just gonna... Eh.
oh, stomp.
Bam.
Goodness.
The Sandmen can't do much, but this sort of, Oh, man, he fell over. Alright, let's go ahead and do a combo on this guy. Yeah, there's not much that's too difficult. And we, if you'll notice here, we can't use combo attacks on enemies on foot. That was the triangle attack on Brigadier, so punch. But Bart has Beat Serpent, which he used in the previous battle where we were fighting him. And got some levels here. Faye is going to learn his next death blow that we already have at 100% at level 16. So we will have
Okay.
3 death blows with him.
That was pretty close. I think I said 15 when we were guessing earlier.
Yeah. I mean, 15 is a good round number, so, kind of close enough there. But, yeah, we will learn Hagan and then the corresponding gear move. Now, death blows don't level up when you're in gears, so Bart is only going to have one until we can fight with him on foot. Which we,
Yeah.
yeah, we technically can do that now, because as you saw, there were some enemies that were on-foot enemies here, but it's sort of a hassle. I tend to just not worry about it, because Bart is perfectly fine with just his first death blow right now.
He's practically perfect in every way.
Every way. Let's see, yeah, I don't think there's much in here, so we gotta go ahead and get that rock moved out of the way here.
All right. I'm really appreciating the absence of music because we've had a lot of really good music in different areas up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I just appreciating the use of the absence of sound as well.
Yeah, there's a little bit of ambiance going, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the opportunity here to outline another ability you can use in Gears. So if you'll notice, our fuel is at 720 out of 1200 in Veltal here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use the charge command, and that charges up. Yeah, we charged up 50 fuel using that command. So if you're running low, you can always use charge. It's sort of the opposite of booster, where a booster will use fuel every round to make you faster.
Right.
And we're also going to go ahead and do, or chain whip. Yeah, it's chain whip. I think Beat Serpent might be his triangle square, actually. Still, good death blow. Another extra AR +1. So it's a good thing to look out for here. These extra AR accessories. Right, we gotta go to the gear menu. Gotta get used to that. Okay. Yeah, so Bart already has an AR +1 and some pretty good accessories, so we're going to double down on Veltal's defense here. We can always swap that out. I kind of like the lens cover for preventing camera damage. Yeah, that response is a pretty nice stat. I do not recall exactly what it does, but I remember it being a good stat to use while you're in Gears. And to boost if you can. So we'll kind of do a little bit more of a stat breakdown. The on-foot stats are pretty basic. The gear stats, once we kind of get into doing some like maintenance and optimizing gears, we'll get into what those stats do. And let's go ahead and handle this situation.
Hey, this is huge. What can we do with this? I doubt you can break it. I guess we could try pushing it. Wait, no matter how you look at it. Okay. What the heck are you doing? Hurry up and help.
Just get the rock out of the way.
We can get by if we help each other. What are the chances?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it up so we can get out of here. Get out of here. The hydromechanical pipe from my knee joint is on the verge of breaking down. It's all because of that fall from the ceiling, followed by pushing this mega colossal boulder. Mega colossal boulder.
That's right.
It won't be funny if my gear malfunctions in a huge cavern like this. Anyway.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Okay. Got a new voice actor mid directing. Don't worry about
dialogue,
it.
Yeah.
Your friends won't come and help us? No, it'd be a waste of time waiting. They probably won't come. Yeah, I'm actually here for that. Mm-hmm. But aren't they your friends? We believe in a liberal upbringing. They'll think we can escape by ourselves. Because we totes can.
That's right.
I wonder if Doc is okay. Don't worry about the man you were with. I'm sure our guys saved him by now, because we're awesome.
Exactly. We are awesome pirates.
Yeah. See this eye patch? It makes me super cool.
That's right.
We wouldn't have fallen in here if you had only listened to me. Don't blame it on me. You should have surrendered instead of challenging me, bruh.
Bruh.
All I wanted was your gear. Don't be ridiculous. You're the one who blindly attacked me. What else was I supposed to do? It's fair. I thought I might die if I didn't fight you. I was taking it easy on you, couldn't you tell? Then you're a bit dense. Don't lie to me. I know you were very serious.
That's right.
What? You want some? Let's have it out right here. I'm leaving.
Bye-bye.
Wait, settling it right here comes first. I won't be able to get anything done until we settle this once and for all. I need to know that I'm stronger than you. I thought you wanted a truce for now. Getting out of here should come first. Once we're out of here, then I'll fight you all you want. With my bare fists. Let's hurry up and move out of here. I don't like you very much. Damn it. I get you when we get out of here.
All right. So a little bit of conflict between our bros here. Yeah, and Bart referencing once again the joint on his knee. He called it a hydromechanical joint. I believe that has to do with just the fluid being used. They don't elaborate on it too much, but I appreciate the jargon. It's
right.
It's nice. Gives it some texture.
Bro, chick a chill pill.
That's right.
Gold nugget.
Gold nugget. I believe that's a sell item.
Here's your gold nugget of truth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally a sell item. So, yeah, we're good here.
Iron G whip.
Yeah, there's not a, yeah, right. So, reference to another item in here. If you are using a FAQ for this game, you'll kind of see that. So you'll notice Bart's current weapon is a leather G whip. The G is for gear.
Makes sense.
And he has his regular weapon as a leather whip. So you can do some differentiation. The weapon naming is interesting sometimes in this game, but it's usually pretty clear with Bart's weapons, I think.
Faye's going to use his G fists.
That's right. Medusoid.
Looks like a Metroid.
A little bit. There's nothing. Get out of here. For Bart. Beautiful. Yeah, this also means when we get to the point where we can... Okay, yeah, let's poke around over here for a sec. I think that's the right way to go there, but when we get to the point where we can do some leveling with Bart, he will learn some death blows pretty quickly, because we won't have to wait on levels or anything like that.
Right.
Look at this big area. Giant cave.
Cave.
Yeah, and so is there like an underground stream here, maybe? Or what formed this?
Well, it's a good question because they talked about the outer crust being so many, what is it, Charles deep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then underneath that outer crust is this enormous cave system.
Right.
And that's just a part of it. So sure, water is involved, clearly. That's how cave systems are formed. But who knows?
One of the ways, yes.
Right. It's a common way for especially tunneling caves to...
Look at this guy.
Kind of...
It's like a gear with crazy stuff growing out of his head.
He's like the gear version of the weird parasite zombies from Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
A mayfly.
So gross.
Defense down.
I just hate bug enemies in general.
Yeah.
And like even being in a robot, if I saw that thing, I'd be like, nope, I'm gone. Leaving this planet. I'm never coming back.
Ooh, man. That hurt. A little bit of damage there. Veltal clearly has the upper hand on power, even though it is not equipped with a weapon. Death blows do a little bit more. Although I am using a little bit higher level of a death blow with Veltal.
Ooh, defense down. That's no good.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use Wild Smile. See if we can dodge a few of these attacks. Just keep leveling these guys. Mayflies are probably the worst enemies down here. Ha! That's the beauty of Wild Smile.
Wow, you did a lot of hits, but like not a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys have pretty high defense. You know what? Let's try this. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me.
Don't you do it, truck.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a Repus. Oh boy, how much HP does this guy have? I do not remember.
Too much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now you've got gnats in your gears.
So obnoxious. Really, this is a fun enemy design. It is really weird, but it's a fun one, in my opinion. Hit me again.
I gotta be. I'm really curious how a creature like that merges with a metal monstrosity.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, it's not just, you know, moving the body with its legs.
Right.
It infested the machine.
Mm-hmm. It's
In some
controlling
form
it.
of parasitic relationship, yeah.
There, finally got him.
Freaking bugs.
It's a rough fight.
Kill it with fire.
Exactly. Ooh, another extra AR. Let's see. Keep going to the wrong equip screen here. So the extra agility is nice. Do like being immune to camera damage. It's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tough call. I think if we start to get in trouble, I'll think on it. But yeah, I think for now we're okay.
Yeah, I mean, if Mayflies are your worst, then you should be fine.
Yeah, they're not too bad, and we are on the lookout for some things that will help us down here as well.
Right.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna have to go down that way. Okay. Just taking a glance at the map here, but yeah, we're clearly accumulating some gear stuff, and as well as needing repairs mechanically here. In the engine, like Veltal's about a third on its fuel at this point. Brigadier down to about 2/3, and accumulating damage here. So we are going to need to do something about that before too long here.
Right.
Okay. This is pretty linear. There is something else we can get in here. Another treasure.
Yeah. At your first real junction. Oh yeah, right there. I think. Hey, there's a person.
Hey, buddy.
It's an info bot. Yeah. So the turn right there to the west before the spot is where you need to go for that other item.
Ah, perfect. We'll go ahead and grab that. Yes, so this is an excavation site. Let's see what the situation here.
Sand sensors have detected an abnormal amount of sand. The sand barrier south of Terra Stones has been sealed to prevent sand from entering excavation site. What's with the gear? It's well maintained for a gear just left lying around like this. We should take it.
Surrounding area.
There is a barrier wall in the southeast of the Terra Stones that was built to stop the shifting of the sand. Until the barrier reopens, please assemble at the shelter located to the east of the barrier wall.
Good to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was gonna say here is, in addition to the mechanical damage the gears are accumulating, Bart has referenced his damage to his gear repeatedly, and it's not altogether clear at this point how repaired Veltal actually is. It's clearly functional, but yeah, like it's possible it retains, you know, some of the battle damage from before.
Almost guaranteed, right? Because like there was minimal repairs done, then you fight a giant worm, and it's doubtful of put in the full work to repair the gear that they're transporting.
Right.
So again, probably just enough to get by. And then Bart McFacey face over here had to go ahead and just ignore everything Faye said and started to fight.
We gotta fight. We gotta fight, Faye. Yeah.
Hey, you learned Hagan.
We have learned Hagan. Yep. So this is I will go ahead and demonstrate what that means for gear combat, but obviously on foot we can now use. I'll actually pull that up and I will show it to you guys real quick. Yeah, so there's Hagan. We have square X available at this point. Was I? No. I guess those were at 85 before. I'm pretty sure I'm correct that these don't develop in gear combat. Let's see. We got a treasure over here we gotta get, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it shows it's in that little crevice there, but I didn't see anything.
I'm checking in here. Oh yeah, I can jump. I should not forget that.
Yeah. You may have to deal with the sensor on the top tier or something first.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Stop hitting me. Yes. Alright, so we're not going to use the death blow currently. Flash. I don't like that. Just stick with it right now. Just hang out on that for a sec. Okay, so if you'll notice, attack level 2 on the bottom left. So, because we have 3 death blows, we can use the first of the attack level 2 death blows. The way to do that is you open with square, and then you can use the first of those. Huzzah.
Oh.
So every 2 death blows your characters get, they can get to a higher level, but you only get 1 per attack. So to get to level 2, you have to do 2 basic attacks, and then you can use that. And the same will go with attack level 3. Oof. Don't mind my terrible platforming skills here. Can we deal with this? Ah, sand sensor. Okay.
Can't do anything with it yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
There's your item.
Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade Bart here.
The Iron Whip.
As I go to the wrong screen again. Yeah, the Iron Whip is here. Perfect. So 6 more attack power. Excellent. Okay, and yeah, I think we can go ahead and proceed to our next destination here. We'll go ahead and backtrack up this side path. Yeah, very occasional. Like, the free camera is fun in this game, but sometimes it's like, oh, where am I?
I'm confused.
Alright, I'm gonna do little bit of charging with Faye here because he's hitting low fuel.
We don't have a way to heal our gears at the moment either, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
There is an enemy in this section called the Nomad Fix Bot. And if you defeat everything with it and leave it alone, it will fix your gears.
Oh.
So that's something to keep an eye on. Fuel management is very important. You don't want to run out of fuel. You don't die or anything if that occurs, but you'll be unable to act if you run out of fuel. So you'll have to charge, basically, and you can't use booster and all sorts of stuff. It just really kind of ruins your effectiveness if you run out of fuel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Whereas if you run out of HP, the obvious happens, right? Oh, hey, he fell down and killed himself. Excellent.
I'm just gonna trip and die.
Try to hit him. Explodes. Perfect. All right, so now we should be able to go...
Perfection.
Exactly. Yeah, this is right. Excellent.
It's an old man's house.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading.
That is okay.
Gotta stop doing that. Who would have thought there'd be someone living in a place like this? Let's check it out.
Good idea, Bart. Let's see. I like the little pan it does, so you're not like, where do I go?
Right.
Yeah, so there's all sorts
But
of...
also, like, Bart, could you back up a little bit? You're too close, buddy.
Gotta stick with him.
You're literally on top of me.
It's fine. Excellent. All right. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. So we're gonna approach this house. And yeah, we automatically disembarked. There is a control to disembark your gears, but I don't remember what it is at the moment. So we'll figure it out here momentarily.
Hey, Faye, this is a surprise. There's someone living in this place. It's been a while, but I thought I could hear the sound of gears. I assume they're yours. Well, anyway, come on back in here and make yourself at home. I look like a grumpy old man.
Uh-huh.
It's been a long time since I had last visitor. What happened? Did you fall from the surface? Like idiots? Yeah, I guess that's it. I see. That's too bad. I was hoping you'd get me out of here. I can tell from the sound that you both ride good gears. And that you've taken terrible care of them, but the legs seem to be playing up a bit. You mean you can tell what's wrong just by the sound of its footsteps? Yes, it's easy to know what's wrong with gears by the sound they make. My guess is that one of them needed a new hydromechanic pipe in its joints.
Yup.
It's making a nasty sound. It must be hard to walk with, too. Oh, by the way, the name's Balthazar, but you can call me Old Man Bal.
Balthazar, of course, is one of the wise men from the Bible. So, Old Man Balthazar. And players of Chrono Trigger will not be surprised that this name is used. Also used in Chrono Trigger as well. Old Man Bal.
Oh, yeah? So it looks like you've got a real fanatic here, huh? What's an old man like you doing in a place like this? I guess you could call me a fossicker or a collector of things. Fossicker?
That's my instinct. I'm not sure of the proper pronunciation, but I think fossicker or fossicker. Collector of things is an apt description. It's basically someone who searches for gold or rummages around for profit.
Gotcha.
So
I'm just almost guaranteed to mispronounce everything, so sometimes I have to double check.
yeah. Yeah. Fossicker. Old man Bao.
There is much to be found lying around in this here stalactite cave. A collector, huh? Sounds interesting. The things on this shelf, are they some of the stuff you have found? You mean the fossils? They're one of the things I collect. Feel free to have a look at them, but if you take them, I will kill you. Around here, you can dig up ancient machines along with humans and animal fossils. Notice anything in particular on these shelves? They go from oldest one on the left to the newest on the right. Are you an archaeologist or something, old man? I don't quite see what you're talking about. They just look like a bunch of old bones to me. Faye, what do you think? Let me see. First, there are no human bones up to here. Then from here on over to the right, something is slightly different, I guess. Yes, from a certain point in time, human fossils suddenly no longer appear. That point is roughly 10,000 years ago. What does that mean? Don't ask me. I don't know for sure. But my guess is there were no humans on this planet before then. At least it appears so. That guy's got a mega frown.
He does.
How could that be? What about all that talk about evolution? You mean the theory of evolution is taught by the ethos, right? You can't trust that. Rather, I believe in the old legends and myths. Legends? Myths? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you heard of this story? They say that humans and God lived together in a paradise in the sky. With God's protection, there was no fear of death, and natural disasters were entirely unknown. Then one day, the humans ate a forbidden fruit, which gave them incredible wisdom. But God drove mankind from the paradise for their sin. Bitter at having been driven out of paradise, humans used the wisdom they had gained to make giants. With these giants, they planned to challenge God himself, but God poured his wrath down on them. All who defied God were destroyed, but God himself did not escape unharmed. Taking paradise with him, the wounded God buried himself deep beneath the ocean to sleep for eons. Before going to sleep, God used his remaining power to create right-hearted humans to live on this planet. These people are said to be our ancestors. Well, anyway, I'll stop my rambling now. But it was just getting interesting.
Yes, it was. So...
that's an interesting twist on the creation mythos.
Right. Yeah. The epic music stops. So yeah, we learned a couple of things there. One being there's a theory of evolution in this world, and as we saw by these fossils here, you can sort of roughly see there's some like fossils down on the table, but I think the more illustrative part of this is the top shelf has, I believe those might be demi-human fossils or skulls, and then human skulls, and then there aren't any on the left side there. So that's probably the 10,000 years ago section there. And there's more specific fossils. So Old Man Bao here asserts that the ethos is incorrect in their theory of evolution, that humans evolved on this planet. And he believes that we humans appeared on this planet 10,000 years ago. And he elaborated a bit on the old legend regarding God and a bit of a twist on the, Paradise Lost / the story of Eden type thing there. Talking about you know, being cast out of paradise with the twist that the god was injured when it occurred, which is interesting. Let's see if he has anything else to say here. I don't think so. A little bit, apparently.
By the way, does this cave have an exit? There is an exit to the excavation site beyond the sand barrier. You can get outside through there. Sand barrier? You mean that huge wall you can see from your entrance? Yes, that's it. On the other side, it's an old Arv excavation site. They built the wall when Arv was excavating here to keep the sand from falling in from above. But they've stopped their work now. So how do we open such a huge thing like that? You don't. If it's a wall, you can probably break it down. Hold your horses there, young'uns. No matter how good a gear you have, you'll never break that wall down. It's much too strong. So let's make a deal. A deal? The wall was closed due to the reaction of the sand sensors. Thanks to that, now I can't get through to the other side either. And I need my fruits.
Exactly.
Maybe it happened when you two fell in here. Were you boys fighting up there or something?
You seem to be able to tell everything.
Nope, I'm just really old.
He's very smart.
Anyway, so what can we do about it?
It's very simple. You just have to turn off the sand sensor switches. Doing that will keep the barrier from closing again. While you two are doing that, I'll open it up.
Right, got it.
The sensors are placed in two places. You should see their flashing red lights.
Which we've seen one already.
Yep, we encountered one already.
Well, good luck then. Ta-ta.
Let's go, Bart.
Oh, before you go, I can share some pots and fuel with you. Just talk with me whenever you need something, right?
Perfect.
Thanks, old man. Well, we gotta go and finish our part of the deal then.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that.
Now hurry up and choose something.
Shut off the dry sensors.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Let's do... does this have restriction? Yeah. Oh, okay. So there's some mechanical stuff here regarding how gears work, which is cool. There's a reason I chose this other than getting these details, but this is good. So the engine...
With a good engine, your attack power and your fuel capacity go way up.
Yep.
Just like my eyebrows.
Exactly.
HP depends on the frame and defensibility of the armor equipped.
Uh-huh.
Here's a tip for when your fuel is low. Use charge to replenish it a little as you defend yourself. When you are fighting a strong enemy, use booster to increase your mobility and power. And if you use booster too much, though, your fuel will run out. So think carefully and try to find your own style of fighting.
Yes. So, yeah, that's some good information here. Let's go ahead and check his parts. Which do you want? Okay, yeah, we'll do for gear use. He does have character parts as well. All right, and I think we've got some upgrades available here. So we get a little bit of... I always appreciated that the weight is there. The weight doesn't matter that much, but we get to see a little bit of information here. Let's see. Does he even have weapons? Let's see. Weapons? No. Parts? Yeah, he's got extra AR. The tune-up section, however. So you can restore HP and fuel with the fuel command here. Let's look at his engines. Yeah. So this, I believe, has... Yeah, so the output of the engine will increase your attack power. So this isn't going to increase the amount of fuel that Veltal has, but it will increase his attack power. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. And we'll look at frame. Okay, so if you'll see, Veltol has different frames than we've got Brigadiers down here. They are different from each other.
Oh.
And he, for some reason, has another frame, which we won't talk about right now. I am going to go ahead and upgrade Veltol to the best frame he has available. The armor, that will increase defense. So we've got a full set of upgrades, and we'll just tune the fuel, which is usually pretty cheap. So now we've got 700 additional HP, and we've upgraded Veltol's attack and defense. So let's go ahead and tune up Brigadier as well.
So is there a Heimdall frame?
Yes. So we'll go ahead and look at this. You'll see this one.
Oh, it actually says Heimdall there. I just look at the HEIM and
Correct.
I was like, oh, it looks like Heimdall.
Yeah, so the spoilers, but I mean the game did it, so you know, what are you gonna do, right?
Right.
There is a gear called Heimdall named after the Norse god of light. So whose gear could that be?
I bet it's Satan's.
That's preposterous. Get out of here.
Well, considering he says like, I'm not good at gears. What are you talking about? Actually,
huh?
No. Given the affiliation with Light with Elheim, I wouldn't be surprised if hers is Heimdall.
Yes, I can understand why you say that. It is. Those are the most probable alternatives given who we know currently.
Right. There's no telling what other party members will run into.
Yes. Oh. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
the leather whip.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get rid of this. There's no real reason to keep old weapons in this game. I do it sometimes just because. We do have additional extra ARs. I'm going to go ahead and sell, I think, these regular ones because there's no real reason. We'll just leave those alone for now. They're not a huge amount. And let's check his regular inventory. I don't think he has much more than like aqua souls and stuff, but yes, I do. Yeah, for character use. Here we go. See what we got here. Yeah. So this is kind of, you're going to see this a lot as you investigate shops. This is what a lot of people sell, especially near the beginning, like first half of the game, roughly. Maybe a third, because eventually shops will have more, but you can buy aqua sols, rosa sols. Omega sols are pretty cool, and survival tents. Now, I did end up buying a lot of omega sols, because essentially if you just are grinding with a specific party of, say, 3 characters, you can heal all of them to full with 3 omega sols for the same price as survival tents. They both kind of have their uses, but yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I am going to go ahead and get rid of this gold nugget, which sells for 2,000. Yeah.
You're just paying the man for the nugget of wisdom he gave you.
Exactly. A magical rod, which I'm going to leave alone for now, I think. Equipment.
Gotta admit, old man Bal's voice kind of tearing me up a little bit. Had to down some water.
Yeah, definitely. So the other thing I did want to mention is Charles was mentioned as a unit of measurement in this game. Charles are roughly 0.97 meters. So, for example, I believe Veltol was 16 point something Charles. It translates to like 15.8 meters. So, shorthand, a Charles is basically a meter. It's close. There are a few other units of measurement, but we've seen Charles a couple of times, so I wanted to make sure that I clarified what that actually is.
Yeah. In case somebody is curious, 15.8 meters is roughly 51.8 feet.
Oh, there you go.
I don't transpose meters to feet very well in my head, so I had to look it up.
Yeah, it's a little over 3 times because meters are about 39 inches. So if you convert it to yards, that's, if you're used to, non-imperial, if you're used to metric, then, this will be a little less confusing. But yeah, transposing that I think is a good idea. There are also units of weight which are unique to this world. This is based on the Perfect Works universe, basically, which is
Go back.
this way.
Go west. Yep.
There's a book of the same name, which I actually have a copy of, translated copy of. So it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of extra details. If you haven't played this game and you don't want absolutely everything spoiled, do not buy and read Perfect Works before you beat it.
Right.
Because there's a lot in it. It is
We
comprehensive.
also, I believe the name Shakan was mentioned before. Did we talk about that?
Yes. So Shakan is kind of the de facto leader of Av. He was mentioned. I believe that's all that was mentioned about Shakan. Shakan is kind of an interesting name. It's a Hebrew name. It's Hebrew for to abide or to dwell. It's very similar to, you may have heard the term Shekinah, which denotes the presence of God dwelling or abiding in a place. So it's a similar word root there, but another Hebrew name. All right,
Disengaged.
Disengaged, yeah, and I think we covered a couple of the others, like Sigurd is Norse for the guardian of victory, many warrior connotations with his name. Graf is German for grave, or possibly count or earl. Maison is British for stoneworker. And with stoneworker, mason may be a good pronunciation. I was kind of going French with it. I'm actually not 100% sure of the proper pronunciation. I like the way Maison sounds. But, oh no, this guy again.
Well, we'll be here for a while.
Yeah, so check this out, though. Upgrades.
Nice.
And Bart has a new weapon and more power output. So yeah, we're gonna wreck him. Yeah. This is case in point of why it's a good idea to buy gear upgrades.
Yeah. I do find it interesting, kind of harking back to Balthazar's conversation, right? Talking about ethos has an evolutionary theory, and then there's also the legend and myth. But what I find interesting is that in this particular, I guess, creation myth, it's a creation myth, but also not, like, because the humans and God lived together, right? Which implied that they always lived with God as an entity.
Like that was the natural source or natural state of things, kind of thing.
Right, like, because they didn't worry about death, all of that. And then obviously God was still an authoritarian figure in this mythos.
Right.
But then you have what we understand as the creation story, which is Adam and Eve. The humans ate a fruit which gave them wisdom,
the forbidden fruit. Yep.
Right. In the Bible, the story of Adam and Eve, it's the knowledge of good and evil, right? It's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So it's wisdom in one sense, to have that knowledge. So it's adjacent, at least. And then they're cast out for this sin. So humans as a whole, implying there's a bunch of them, are all exiled from this paradise.
From paradise.
That exists out, maybe in a like a alternate dimension or in the heavens. I don't know, but they're like in their own place, existing together. And then do all the humans eat the fruit, or is it just like a couple of them, but because they were leaders, like everybody is held responsible, and it's a congregational kind of punishment, corporate punishment. And then these humans being despondent from being cast out, build giants, which I'm assuming are gears at this point.
That is that's a good, I feel like, inference. What could giants refer to? Well, we're running around in giants at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
So they build giants and they attack God, which, like, what's happening there?
Yeah. What?
Because, like, coming from a Christian standpoint, and I have to, it colors my perception, obviously. You know, I'm asking a question like, well, if God is perceived the same way I do, which I don't think God is being perceived quite the same way, but I do think there is some type of strong power associated with God in this story, to the point of being almighty from most people's perspective.
Yes,
if not in a true sense.
What could have injured an almighty being such as God?
Exactly. Right. Like what happens? So you have this basically like deific war between humans and God, and is that God alone, or is that God with like angel armies? You know, when we talked about the Gazel before,
right?
You know, they talked about rejoining God.
They did.
So were Gazel part of God's armies that fought against the humans? The humans lost, obviously, but not without cost. And then God hid away beneath the ocean. Did I catch that right? Like he retreated underground? Okay.
Yeah, he might have said under the ocean. I would have to go back and look, but yeah, I think underground or under the ocean. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah, I mean, it could even be like underground, under the sea or whatever, but like, so there's just definitely some interesting like implications and things that are moving. And this is the first time we've heard about this. Oh, and then God created right-hearted humans. So how are they different from the humans that they encountered? Did God create the first set of humans and then change his formula? Like, what's happening here? Or did he take humans' DNA and like manipulate it so that they are inclined to follow a certain path? Or
what are right-hearted humans? Yeah,
right,
the righteous humans, perhaps.
Sure, yeah, but they're still. It seems to imply that God didn't create the first set, but he did create the second.
That's an interesting implication if true, right? Because
you
know, there is that qualifier on humans. Or could it be that, oh hey, I think it's our buddy. Is it? Let's just charge for a second. We'll double check. I think this is the repair pod. Yep. You check it out. Aw. Hey,
I'm gonna
buddy.
punch you and you're gonna feel better.
Don't you punch me. He's hitting me.
That's for 0 damage.
Yeah, let's see if he'll do the thing. Tap. Well, at the very least, if he doesn't want to do repairs, you get some fuel back. Oh hey, here it is. Thanks, buddy. In return.
Jeez.
We got some HP back for Bart, and we've recharged their fuel a little bit, so pretty cool. Getting back to what we were talking about, though, one of the things I wanted to point out was the Gazel ministry. Gazel is an Arabic word. It means graceful or elegant, and it can refer to a lyrical love poem. I believe it also has implications within Islam, which I do not fully understand. I would have to do a little more reading on that, probably. The other thing I did want to mention, and I don't know how much of this is directly implied by the language of this game. However, the tree, the forbidden fruit, granting wisdom. One of the possible things you might term wisdom is gnosis. And some of this is going to be me explaining things a little bit that I am aware of in this game. But gnosis is kind of a spiritual sort of wisdom and awareness of sorts. So that's one of the things, like knowledge of good and evil, moral awareness, or spiritual knowledge of some kind from the forbidden fruit. Which is interesting. It's more of a Gnostic understanding of the word than a more basic, like, oh, I know what is good, what is evil in a cosmic or moral sense, right?
Right. Well, and I was interpreting wisdom being used a little differently here, but just trying to draw the parallels from what we have in scripture versus what's being presented here, because obviously it's not the same thing, even though there's a lot of the same symbolism happening.
Yes. Yes, and one of the things that will become a lot more obvious as we go, we'll get into it as content happens, but there are multiple types of references when it comes to religious or spiritual traditions. So the ones that have been mentioned so far, even in just this episode, Islam, Christianity, Gnosticism, which is an early heresy within Christianity from the ancient world. And they're all relevant, right? Like, because it's just it's multi-veiled references. So very intriguing. The other thing I think you mentioned was a lot of what's being said could be interpreted in a purely logical or scientific sense. We meet Balthazar, one of this man who's implied to be wise, intelligent, and he is speaking in scientific terms about the theory of evolution versus these ancient legends. And even when describing the ancient legends, like, what does this all actually mean? There's this celestial battle, and now we are the descendants of the victors of that battle. In sorts. We meaning humans, so the humans of this world.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I have that as one of my questions. What is a right-hearted human?
Yes. It's a very good question, I think. Asking the relevant questions. Charge.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to track.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I think going from the basic word meanings, as well as just parsing dialogue like Balthazar's there, is a good start with this game. There is going to be a lot more, but now is not the time for that yet.
Right. I feel like there's a mixed bag of accepting things at face value and not overreading into them, and then also assuming that nothing is as it seems.
Yes. Yeah, and actually... Go ahead, yeah.
I was going to say, it's a tenuous relationship because at any moment it could be one or the other.
Right. Yeah, so one of the things that I found interesting in kind of looking over some of the retrospectives for this game is there was one, and maybe we'll link to it in the description because I feel like it's a good retrospective, or maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more later. That actually might be better because it's very spoilery for this point in the game. But one of the things that was mentioned when it comes to influences this game, because there are a lot, it's not just ancient religious traditions and philosophy, although that does play a big part. There are a lot of contemporary influences. And, keep in mind, this game was made in the 90s. So they would have been around that time. One of the ones that I think even at this point in the game may be an obvious point of comparison for a lot of people is the animated Neon Genesis Evangelion. For now, what I want to mention about that is the writing of this game began before Evangelion came out. So, if nothing else, this story has some similar elements to Evangelion through certain things being popular. One of those things being giant robots.
Right.
When Xenogears became a project, distinct from Final Fantasy VII proposal or Chrono Trigger sequel, it was reported widely that Takahashi brought all of his, I believe, Gundams into his office and just had them all on his desk as he was working on this game. Like, he's clearly a fan of giant robots.
Right.
So,
and Gundam, for those who actually enjoy the giant robot genre, the Gundam series has some really compelling narratives.
Yeah.
Iron-Blooded Orphans is really good. I really enjoyed Witch Mercury, which some people may or may not like as much. But Iron-Blooded Orphans is highly recommended. And I grew up on Gundam Wing from Toonami, which I really enjoyed that series too.
Right.
If you want stupid fun, you watch something like G Gundam. But there's a lot of different ones out there, and some of them have very good, compelling narratives that by the end of it, you're just like, wow, I got some things to think about.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, I have not watched a lot of Gundam, but I've heard this game has a lot of similarities to some things from Gundam,
yeah,
depending on which Gundam it is, right?
right. I mean, there's also like the older Mobile Suit Gundams, which would be a little more, contemporary. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know, because they were released in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, just one thing, just to break in for a second.
Yeah.
This bot, I had forgotten it can restore your fuel as well. So that's why Faye is at full fuel. He got a fuel restore.
Oh, nice.
So as you're charging up and just kind of letting him do his thing here, which I always do whenever I encounter him, just to keep, health high. If nothing else, it's less that you have to pay to restore. But yeah, see, that restores fuel right there.
Right.
So we're basically full at this time. Smack.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I can't talk Gundam up the same way that a couple of our mutuals could easily. Because they know way more about it. But I definitely, if you've never experienced it, not you, Dan, specifically, but, you, Dan, as well.
Right. But
the general you, if it's something you would be interested in checking out, I definitely recommend it because there's definitely some good ones out there.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to find the right ones that fit your niche, your style of storytelling.
Taste. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are different types. Again, like as an example, because I mentioned G Gundam, like that's just dumb fun. It's they're big robots dueling it out in a tournament, very like Dragon Ball Z style in some ways.
Tournament arc.
Right, but Iron Blooded Orphans is following a political battle, essentially, between the people of Mars and the people of Earth. And there's some really interesting dynamics happening there. It's a little more nuanced and complex than that, but that's like the easiest way to like put a one sentence descriptor on it without being too spoilery.
That's fair.
And a kind of the effect that war can have on kids specifically, because like most of the characters are early mid-teens. Some of them are late teens, but most of them are early to mid-teens.
Sure.
And how that affects them on a mental level too, because some of them are basically just child soldiers.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so for the record, both triggers will have you exit your gears. Right?
Nice.
And then if you press it
like
again,
little sprites.
Yeah, they're so tiny. We're gonna pop back in here because we have fulfilled our part of the bargain, and we have deactivated both sand sensors for Old Man Ball here. So let's go.
We sent done our part.
That's right. Hey, buddy.
Oh, good timing. I was just about to open up the sand barrier now.
Excellent.
It's a big gate.
It is a big gate.
Lower the dam.
The dam what? Let's see here.
The damn floodgates, you nincompoop. Well done, old man.
Our deal is done. Now get out of here.
Hey, old man, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
I've heard somewhere on this planet is a gear far superior to all others. I've heard that it was called the God Gear and was made in ancient times but hidden away somewhere. Do you know anything about it? Oh, I'll just tack that onto my notes.
A man-made god created that with the wisdom of God.
The wisdom of God.
There's Mother God listed too.
Such a gear would have power of 1,000 gears, and a wave of its arm it could destroy whole cities. Its battle cries with thunder in the heavens. I would have heard it by now.
That's right.
You must be speaking of the Omnigear.
The Omnigear.
You know of it? Then perhaps it was what you were speaking about in the tale you told us of the battle with God. Goodness gracious, you too, boy. Those stories were made to inspire man's soul, but they're just legends. They don't really exist.
Thought you said you believed in them, buddy.
That's what I heard.
Anyway, allow me to take a look at your gears. It will only take a little while, so wait here, please. Hey, wait. He's gone.
Little evasive, isn't he?
Sure is. Maybe he's God. Hey, Bart, do you think the gear in that story is buried in the ground somewhere?
I think that's what I've heard.
Could one of the gears we are using possibly be it?
Yeah, right. What are the chances of that happening? Well...
Huh?
The gears that are excavated lately are usually only a few hundred years old, nowhere nearly as old as the gear in that legend.
Then why were they in the ground?
I don't know. There are no records except
What?
there must be some truth in the tales that they were buried after a great war with God. The bullet wounds covering most of the gear's armor would appear to confirm that.
Does God use bullets?
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they're God bullets. I don't know.
Gullets. You mean that there are no records from the last several hundred years? I really don't think historians have been prevalent. How about before that?
None from either period. The ethos controls all the records from that time period.
See, that's the issue. The ethos controls the records.
Yeah.
Maybe there are some very ancient records too. All we really know about our history is from the little pieces that we find for ourselves. Anyway, Faye, what do you make of the old man?
What do you mean?
Why would such an old man live all alone in this abandoned cave?
I don't know. Probably digging for ancient gears or something.
Right, so you think so too?
Hey, I just said that as a joke. Don't take all that stuff seriously. They're only legends, you know?
No, that old man is up to something. And I'm gonna find it. This can't be.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
What's wrong, old man? Is this your gear?
Well, sort of.
Where did you get it?
I'm just borrowing it.
Wee woo. This is the host for the spirit of the Slayer of God.
Wait a moment. What did you just say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
No, I heard you. You said Slayer of God. That's what you said, isn't it, old man?
Your gears are fixed. You have no more business here. This is a bad time for me. Be on your way.
Be on our way. Listen here, old man. You and I about to start a fight.
We got kicked out.
Sure did.
You're like, get out of here.
Okay.
Even more stuff.
I know, every episode, just millions of questions. Okay, Omni Gear. I'm just gonna all in one thing. Omni Gear.
Omnigear. All right.
Slayer of God.
Okay. Okay, we're good here.
There's something else that was mentioned.
And the last...
Yeah.
Let's see. How are we doing on this?
Oh, ethos. Ethos controls history.
Yes. Yeah, which was sort of alluded to before, in that they have all this mechanical expertise, and they... I believe in the intro, it was mentioned that they kind of are the keeper of this world's culture.
Yeah, they guard it closely.
Correct.
What would God need with a spaceship?
What would God need with a gear? Let's see. Okay, yeah. We're gonna have to do a thing in here.
We've got the creation, the man-made God to kill God.
Okay, so here's a little bit of a situation. I am not in my gear currently. So, in that case, when your gear is available, you can just call your gear. Doesn't cost you anything. You just get teleported up into your gear. So, if you get out like I just did, get on this gondola, and then you get immediately attacked like I just did, don't panic, you can call your gear. But yeah, that was the other thing that was stated by Old Man Ball. He looked at Veltal and he said it is the host for the spirit of the Slayer of God.
Host of the spirit.
Yes. Okay, yeah, here we go. Get on the gondola. Woohoo! So we gotta ride this over here to activate the elevator in order to get down the bottom level there. Because apparently we can't jump down currently. We need to actually ride the little elevator down. So that's why we're over here. Main power generator. Main power off. Turn it on. Perfect. Back on the gondola. And we're going to go ahead and head back. Back in our gears we go. All right, so now we can go over here and we can head down. All right, now there should be... Uh-oh. Maybe I saw a save point. We'll get to that momentarily here.
Okay, sorry. Real quick, because I was writing down stuff I was trying to remember.
Yeah, it's all good. I feel like that's a good idea when playing this game in general. You're like, what? Hold on, what is this? This is a thing I have a question about. Maybe there will be some dialogue.
Right. Maybe we'll find a way to share my notes sometime, because they're kind of wild.
Find a way to what?
Share our notes sometime.
Oh yeah.
Mine specifically, because like there's just random questions with sub-questions, various capitalized words.
Yes, exactly. Just, I feel like it's a legit reaction. What does this mean? What does this word mean? Ah!
Just as a example, one of my questions in all capitals, Omnigear, is it Veltal?
Omnigear?
And then under that is host of the spirit of the Slayer of God, Faye, all capitals. What did you mean, old man?
What are you saying? All right, I'm a little turned around in this room. Let me see if I can get... Gotta beat up both these guys first. Yeah, Bart is slightly out-damaging Faye currently with the current gear setup. Mostly because he has a weapon.
Yeah.
Veltal, like its pilot, fights unarmed. All right, let's go down these. I think we can, yeah. I think we got to go over this way. Yeah, there's a save point. Oh, I see. Yeah, interesting thing when you're controlling this game. Occasionally you attempt to jump and it doesn't work. Usually the reason for that is because you're about to get into a battle and it's beginning to load up in order to trigger it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Hardware limitations, I guess. Give you a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I mean, this is a PS1 game, so...
Yep. Makes sense.
19! We are getting the levels in this area. This is a decent place to level up. Here we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and save here. You're still in pretty good shape. And with the upgrades to your gears, attrition should be at a minimum. Old Man Ball's place down to this save point. And then we're going to go ahead and head down here. I believe. Yeah, we got to use this thing here. This is a screen transition elevator, pretty sure. Yep.
Hooray!
Look at that color fading. It's a cool screen transition, in my opinion. I love the art direction of this game. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the more we watch or you play it and I watch it and interact with it, the more you can tell how much passion went into it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
forethought and, like... I don't know. It just makes me wonder how this game would have turned out if they had the technology that we have now.
How this game would have turned out if... What? Sorry?
If the creators had the same technology that we have now.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Like, how different would the game be? Like, I think they would have stuck to the narrative that they're creating here, but... I'm still curious. Would it have hit the same way, you know? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's possible. Some of this was a product of its time a little bit, but there's details to that one.
Right.
That assertion. All right, I am going to... let's go ahead and turn on booster here. Go all out against this guy. So, Calamity, the first gear boss. We're about to see how hard he hits. Decently hard. So we're going to go ahead and get our attack power, attack level up here.
Oh, he's bigger than you guys.
He is beefy. Wild Smile.
He's a chonker.
Wild Smile is highly recommended to lower damage. We still do not have the capability of healing our gears in battle.
He's a mega chonk.
He is.
A giga chonk.
He has 2,500 HP.
Well, that's gonna take you a minute.
Yep. Although now that we got some death blows prepared, yeah, and that's why you want Wild Smile, so stuff like that misses. And if you do have trouble with this guy, you can disembark your gears and hope for the encounter with the dudes on foot and level up Bart's death blows a little bit. I don't find that necessary, but it is an option.
Just trying to imagine hopping out of your gear, running up to its giant metal toe, just punching at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you yet.
Poke the big toe.
You're not even putting a scratch in it.
Ding, ding,
Much
ding.
less a dent.
Yes. No person outside of a gear could possibly match a gear, right?
Yeah, assuming phase power to destroy the Han didn't come from him and it came from the gear, then yes, theoretically.
Ah, yes. His missiles attack here.
Fire the missiles.
Yeah, that hits pretty hard, as you can see. quick smile here, just to make sure.
I told you to miss.
We're going to keep using attack level 2. As you can see, Faye's fuel is getting a little bit low here, so we may have to deactivate Booster, charge him up a bit. It does depend. We may be able to get him before that. I think we're only about halfway through his HP at this point. Calamity's really sticking to hitting Bart here.
That's fine.
Yeah, Bart does have a little bit more HP than Faye does. Not right now, but maximum HP.
Whack, 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 whack.
Yeah, and I've just been using strong attacks, 30 fuel attacks, and death blows, charging Faye to 2 and Bart to 1, and then unleashing their best death blows. So it is a very intensive, fuel-intensive strategy, but you will lay down some pretty heavy damage pretty quickly that way. Like so. Got him.
Nice.
Huh, what an idiot. Trying to scare us with all the show and no power. Hey, Faye? Anyway, looks like that's the exit. So it'll soon be adios to this old cavern. All right.
Whoa.
Huh?
What the?
Uh-oh.
Problems.
Get out of the way, Bart.
Oh, that's sick.
What did you do?
So Faye took care of him somehow.
Whoa! What the hell did you just do?
That was what I was asking.
It's a good question.
Hey!
Huh?
What do you mean, huh? What the blazes was that? Don't you know?
Nope. No, I don't know.
That was incredible. You just blew that huge thing to pieces. Why didn't you use that technique a bit earlier?
Because my heart wasn't racing and I didn't think I was going to die. I don't know that technique. I have no idea how I even did it.
What?
Oh, well, I guess that doesn't matter.
Are you sure it doesn't matter? Are you sure?
Anyway, thanks for helping me out.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, well, I would love to dive into this more. We just shouldn't do it here.
Yeah, they're a little pressed. They need to get out of this cavern and move on.
So now that we got rid of that nuisance, let's get out of here, eh, Faye?
Sure.
Hey, Faye, let's get out of here.
Yeah, he went Super Saiyan for a second there or something. He's all, huh?
Much more controlled than last time, at least.
Yeah. Hey, he just kind of tapped into some kind of power and just blew Calamity up, like, somehow. And then was confused about how he did it.
What?
What? Alright. Now, if I recall correctly, this should be pretty Simple. Yeah. And yeah, there's not much else left here, so we'll go ahead and head out of this cavern.
Adios, amigo.
Exactly.
Wow, I never thought we'd end up here. Where are we? You see the Twin Mountains way over there? That's where I live. That's where Bledavik, the royal capital of Av, and Fatima Castle are located. That's also where I live.
Okay, so we got a couple of things here. I want to take a pause on this. I do not actually know about Bledavik at the moment. I believe that's... Ah, okay. Yeah. So, Bledavik is a bit of a localization issue. Basically, it's a localization change from Breidablik, which is one of the halls of Asgard, home of Balder.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the capital of Av. Bledavik is the royal capital. Fatima Castle is located there. Fatima is an interesting term here, and I'll go into it briefly. Basically, Fatima in our world refers to Our Lady of Fatima, which is the Catholic title of Mary, Mother of Jesus. It is also Arabic for Daughter of the Prophet. And that is not the last term we will be explaining here. So let's go ahead and move through this.
The Catholic title of Mary.
Indeed.
There's a cool story with the Our Lady of Fatima too. It's like a miracle that happened in 1917. Anyway, currently there's no king living there though. Anyway, that's my old hometown. Told you I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
Hometown. I'd like to go ahead and settle our dispute, but I think you could kill me. Considering how close we are to the capital of Av, we'd probably get caught.
He just used that crazy technique. I don't want you to blow me up the same way, so let's just table that.
Right. We'll table it and settle it like men, with our fists.
There you go. Bay's just kind of dazed at the moment or something.
Yeah. Hey, stop looking so glum, chum. How do you know how he looks? You got a monitor in there too? I guess I'll have to get you back to your friends soon or you'll die from fretting or something.
He just poking at him like, hey, quit being all gloomy.
Chill out, dude. Anyway, the rendezvous point with the Yggdrasil is right over there.
All right, so yet another name. Yggdrasil is probably familiar to...
The World Tree.
Correct. Yggdrasil is the World Tree. The Norse World Tree in Norse mythology. In particular, the World Tree that encompasses the 9 worlds literally translates to Odin on the gallows, which refers to Odin hanging himself on the... It's also called the Tree of Life, in exchange for wisdom. And we are going to rendezvous with the Yggdrasil.
Don't worry, you'll be meeting your friend in no time at all.
All right. Love this song.
Faye, I was so worried about you.
Satan!
Doc.
Welcome to the Sand Cruiser Yggdrasil. We apologize for that earlier incident. Master Bart is a real pain in the butt.
I'm sure everybody has already had the courtesy to introduce themselves.
But allow me to introduce the Sand Pirates leader, Master Bartholomew.
Bart is short for Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Yes.
That sounds like a Pokemon.
He
The
is a
third
Pokemon.
evolution of Mew.
We
Bartholomew.
We caught Bartholomew. He's a Pokemon in our party now. No.
Hey, Vegeta. It's a Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon. Yeah, so Bartholomew, just to kind of give a little bit, now that we've got the full name of our comrade here, Bartholomew is an Aramaic name. Can mean son of Talmai, the farmer, or Hebrew, abounding in furrows, which are farming trenches. Also, there's a secondary meaning, son of Ptolemy, and that refers to Claudius Ptolemaeus, who is a writer, geographer, mathematician, astronomer, and astrologer who lived in the Alexandrian Greek culture of Roman Egypt. So, yeah, Ptolemy, often known as a mathematician. But that's just kind of very generally a little more history of Bart's name here. Master Bartholomew.
Yep.
Master Bartholomew. By the way, may I ask, young master, did you apologize to Master Fay for being a complete ass?
What? Yeah, I told him I was wrong. Right?
Right?
Just to tell someone you were wrong after the event isn't going to solve everything, young master. I'm sorry I've delayed introducing myself. My name is Sigurd, the first mate of this sand cruiser.
His name's in quotes.
Well, yeah, who knows?
Well then, please let me know if you need anything.
At this point, Saiton's name should have been in quotes.
That's the situation. So now, forgive me, will you? Young master, stay out of mischief. Ow, ow, don't pull my ears.
Pulls him off by his ear like he's a little kid.
Right.
Let us go and wait in our cabin until we arrive. It is well made and comfortable. Comfortable.
Yes. Hey, say something.
What is wrong? You look down. No. Well... Something happened? No, nothing.
Use your words, Faye. Use your words. Okay. Well, it made it to the Yggdrasil here. We've got some gear hangers here, I think. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Big ship.
Yeah, so we can view the gear. We can see... we can get a little description. Yeah. Now, cons. I'm just going to double check because I don't remember this one off the top of my head here.
Kind of equatable to a variant of kilos.
Close. Yeah.
16.3 Charles.
Let's see. I believe it's actually closer to tons. All right. We'll talk about cons next time because I don't want to spend forever looking it up. But yeah, I don't have my Perfect Works book handy. It will definitely have it in there. But yeah, I believe cons is about equivalent to a ton. I could be wrong about that, and if I am, I will clarify it next time. Yeah, so...
A well-balanced gear in offensive, defensive, and other abilities. But there are some parts that cannot be disassembled. I guess you could call them black boxes. They don't cause problems in maintenance, but they just get on my mind every time I see them.
This is the gear of the protagonist.
Protagonist.
All right. Let's poke around a little bit more here. We got Brigadier over here.
Yeah, we've made that joke so often in our off-screen time that I was talking to somebody early yesterday, and I had to stop myself and say protagonist correctly.
The protagonist.
Because I almost said, yeah, the protagonist of this thing, and I went, wait, protagonist?
The protagonist.
Right.
Oh, this has some cool details about Brigadier here.
This is Brigadier, our boss, the young master. Yeah.
I mean, I assume he just walked over with them.
When fully equipped, very heavy.
Yes.
It is especially tuned for the desert battles. The power of the hover thrusters in the legs are especially worthy of attention. Oh, and the eye patch and feathered decorations were added later at the young master's request, because he is fashionable. We didn't know what to do when young master said destroy one sensor and put an eye patch over it, without weakening the ability to reconnect.
Reconnoiter, yeah. Yeah, so that's a fun detail, because I don't know if you noticed, but Bart has an eye patch that he wears, and he has destroyed one of the two sensors, ocular sensors on his gear, and put an eye patch over it. Basically to match. Mm-hmm. Well, another little detail about like what kind of a guy is Bart? Well, he'll do something like that.
It's gotta look like me, man, because
Yeah.
it is me. I am my gear, and my gear is me.
Exactly. Let's double check here. Is there anything we need to do here? Yeah, let's just poke around here. I don't know that there's much we can really do here, but
Yeah. Probably getting close on time, too, yeah?
yep. We'll check this shop here.
Hey, it's the same guy.
What do you want? You want some gear?
Yeah. What do you want to do with your gear? Is we have Brigadier available? Yeah, we do. Let's see. Yeah, so we do technically have an upgrade on the engine and an upgrade on the armor. The Veltol here. Brigadier is available as well. I am unsure. I'm gonna double check because there is a little bit of money issues. Let's see here. I may grab those upgrades off screen. If I do, I will be sure to elaborate on grabbing those next time here. But
Yeah.
I think we'll be in good shape here. Yeah, gear option. Yeah. Yes. Okay. But yeah, basically we can go to the quarters. There is an accessories shop as well, which I believe we can find. It has been a moment since I've been on this cruiser here, but let's go ahead and go this way. Have a cool zoomed out perspective here. We're gonna go into this door over here.
It's a big ship.
Yep. I'm actually gonna run all the way over here.
Biggs, is that you?
Hey, buddy. Save point here. Now I believe. Hello, Myson. You're taken back.
I hope you are not too taken aback. Lately, there are far too many highly energetic lads around the young master. So yours truly, who is in charge of education, demanded to have this room created. But because of that, I ended up having to take a side job. How may I be of service?
So he's the bartender as well as he's got a shop here. Let's see what we got. Power ring, stamina ring, speed ring, guardian ring. I haven't found these to be overly useful. Certainly not the speed ring. That's one agility. And he has an item shop as well, which I believe just has the standard selection. I hope I can be of such service again. That is
Right.
Myson as a character. Now, I believe resting at the crew quarters does not have a scene attached to it. We actually have to go up to the bridge in order to proceed. However, I believe we are going to handle that next time because we have made it through the stalactite cave, and we've gotten more questions, more details about this world, and more vocabulary stuff.
So many questions.
Yep.
So many
So many questions. But did Satan get levels as well? I don't know. I don't remember.
That would be too easy.
Yeah, but we are at level 20 with Faye, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to level up Death Pulse a little bit at some point. We're fine right now, but as you can see, his gear slot is taken up with Veltal now. Veltal is now formally Faye's gear. Citan is lacking a gear currently, and Bart obviously his gear is Brigandier.
Right.
But yeah, that was Xenogears. I believe we're on episode 5 at this point, and we have made it to the Sand Cruiser Yggdrasil, and kind of poked around a little bit. We will be seeing more next time, as well as proceeding with the story. So yeah, join us next time. We do hope you're enjoying. We do hope you're intrigued by the details coming out. I know I was, first time playing this game, I was just like, what is happening? What is all of this stuff? Clearly something more is going on, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I was actually talking to an acquaintance of mine, and we were talking about different games, and I brought up that I was playing Xenogears with you, and he was like, dude, that game changed my life. So, you know, it's looking forward to it for sure. But yeah, if you like what you are seeing, please share that support with like, subscribe, the bell, whatever. Tell people about us and how crazy cuckoo nuts we are or whatever. Doesn't matter. More importantly, just thanks for being with us. Thanks for hanging out with us and going on this journey with us. And we will see you in the next video.
Yep. Leave a like, subscribe if you like what you see. Leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. And yeah,
Yes.
we'll see you next time.
Love comments.
Mm-hmm.
Until then,
Bye, everybody.
bye-bye now.
Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.